Srimad Bhagwad Gita, chapter 8, Sloka 2, Ritubhavi will do chanting. Adhiyagya
अधियज्ञ
Katham Kotra
कथं कोत्र
Dehesmin
देहेऽस्मिन्
Madhusudana
मधुसूदन
Prayana Kale
प्रयाणकाले
Cha Katham Geyo
च कथं ज्ञेयो
Siniyatat
सीनियतात्
Mabi
मभी
Shloka 3 Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
श्लोकात्री श्रीभगवानुवाच
Aksharam Brahma
अक्षरं ब्रह्म
Paramam
परमं
Swabhavo
स्वभावो
Dhyatmamuchyate
यात्ममुच्यते
Bhutabhavod
भूतभावोद्
Bhavakaro
अवकरो
Visargaha
विसर्गः
Karma Sangitaha.
कर्मसङ्गितः
Thank you. Shloka 2 meaning Adhiyagya, the Lord of all sacrificial performance. Katham, how, kaha, who, atra, here, dehe, in body, asmin, this. Madhusudana is another name of Sri Krishna ji, meaning the killer of demon called Madhu. Prayanakale at the time of death, cha and katham how, gyeya to be known, asi are you, niyata atmabhi by those of steadfast mind. So Arjun is asking, who is adhigyana and how is he established in our bodies? O Madhusudan, how are you to be known at the time of death by those of conscious mind? So now Arjun asked Sri Krishna ji as to who is the Lord of sacrificial offerings and how can this be established in our bodies. Also he wants to know how a self-realized and conscious person can know Sri Krishna ji at the time of his last breath. So remember in the last chapter Sri Krishna ji has said that like you have to train yourself there so that when it is the last breath you are remembering Sri Krishna ji. So for that we have to train ourselves the day we get the consciousness that Sri Krishna ji is the Supreme Lord. It is not that okay I am going to die and that time I will start remembering Sri Krishna ji or worshipping or being devotional. That cannot happen because one body is not used to. So that is what Arjun is having the doubt. Then how is it possible that during the last breath a person can remember you? Because it is very difficult, a body can be in any situation. It is no people die just in fraction of seconds. People die due to sufferings. So in sufferings it is very difficult to remember God. Generally during the sufferings people forget God. They become angry on God that even though I worship you, you are not helping me out. This is a very common common complaints by humans towards God. So Arjun is asking on behalf of us, how is that possible and how do a realized soul get that consciousness during the last breath and that person remembers you? So all these queries will be cleared by Sri Krishna ji in the upcoming shlokas. Nitu Babi.
Yeah, so in this shloka, Arjun asks his doubt and he's asking God that how come, who is the Lord of all sacrificial ceremonies, and how come a person at the last moment, how can he remember you? So, as Sri Krishna ji said in the last shloka, that such a person has to remember him. So now Arjun is asking his doubt.
Thank you. Akruti.
Arjuna is saying to Shri Krishna that how do you remember how do you remember Shri Krishna when in your last breath Arjuna has a doubt?
Correct. It's very difficult because nobody knows when is the last breath and how it will be. Maybe a body is watching a movie or a body is sleeping. No, many bodies die when they are sleeping also. So Arjun is having a very valid query. Now let's see what Sri Krishna ji is replying. Shloka 3. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Supreme Lord said, Aksharam, undestroyable, Brahma, supreme, Paramam, the supreme, Swabhava, nature, Adhyatmam, one's own self, Uchyate is called, Bhuta Bhava, Udbhavakara, actions performed due to existence and nature, Visarga, creation, Karma, action, Sangitaha are called. So Sri Krishna ji is replying, Brahman is the supreme entity that is eternal. One's own self is called Adhyatma. Actions due to one's existence and nature is called karma. So Sri Krishna ji explains few definitions to us in this shloka and few in the next. Brahman is the state which once achieved becomes eternal. So Brahman is the supreme state according to Sri Krishna ji. So that is the level when a body is able to follow all the instructions given by Supreme Lord in Bhagavad Gita. Successfully able to be in the path of divine consciousness. Then that body comes to Brahman state. And then it is near to eternal. So one's own inner soul is Adhyatma. So actions that we perform because we exist in this world and also due to the nature and surroundings is called karma. Action in the sense whatever we are doing. Like you are attending the Bhagavad Gita class. So that is a karma. Then you go to school, you do studies, that is also your karma. So whatever we are doing in our daily, day to day, so that is depending on what? Depending on the nature, depending on the surroundings, depending on the nature that a body is born with. Every body has its own nature. So whatever that body is doing, it is called karma. So Shri Krishna ji is saying all 3 points over here. He is clearing the 3 points. So he'll be clearing more, like how to remember him during the last breath. How is that possible? It's very difficult. Akriti, come on, explain.
I lost it. I didn't understand.
You understood. Come on, try. You did. Come on. You were about to say. Good girl. Come on, you're smart. Smarty, smarty. Come on fast.
I didn't understand.
Okay, Ritu Bhabi.
In this shloka, Krishnaji says that Brahman is the eternal state where a person can reach of consciousness, and Adhyatma is the actions performed by a person, depending on his nature, his profession, his understanding of the divine soul. How a person performs his actions, that is called Adhyatma. These two terms has been explained by Krishnaji.
Thank you. Akriti now. Come on. What? No, 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 no. What you are doing now is karma. Right? So whatever we do is the karma. You eat, you sleep, you play, you study. That is all karma. And with what is inside you, because of what the body is alive, is adhyatma. And one who is successfully able to follow the path given by Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, then that body reaches to Brahman state, the supreme state. And it is eternal. Is it clear now? Bolo. Acha, whatever you understood, tell me.
I didn't understand.
Yeah, the bunny was saying yes, yes, yes.
When he said no, no.
Yeah, 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 yeah.